Well, good afternoon. My name is Larry Coleman. It's my pleasure to interview Leslie Porterfield. We get to do this every show a few times. It's a lot of fun. Leslie is an AMA National Land Speed Record holder, FIM International Land Speed Record holder, and Guinness Book of Record, world's fastest woman on a motorcycle. Very, very stellar accomplishments. Bonneville Salt Flats, of course, is the venue where all of that takes place. Leslie, tell us a little. First of all, it begs the question: is just how fast have you gone on a motorcycle?
Well, my fastest speed is 246 miles an hour, a little over that. So, yeah, I've been out there setting world records. I went out in 2007, my first time out on the salt, and that was not a great stellar year for me. I broke a few bones that year. So, came back in 2008 and started setting some records. I was the first woman in the Bonneville 200 mile an hour club, and then proceeded on to set more records, and eventually my top record, which landed me in the Guinness Book of World Records as the fastest woman in the world on 2 wheels.
As a woman going into that environment, usually motorsports are men's world, so to speak, although I put your accomplishments in the same realm as Shirley Muldowney, Janet Guthrie in the IndyCar world. Have you run into any quote-unquote issues or any resistance as a woman participating in that field and with your other competitors?
Actually, that's one of the things that I love about Bonneville. In fact, it's where I met Larry, an AMA Hall of Famer. It's such an amazing place. I've met some lifelong friends, some people that I consider like family. They're wonderful, wonderful people. Even direct competitors, even though we're very fierce competitors and very serious about what we do. I've made some great friends and had some people that were competing in the same class help me out with parts and advice and things like that, and I've been able to do the same thing in return. So there are always a few people that say, hey, this is a good old boys club, you shouldn't really be here. But for the most part, I have to admit, Bonneville has been second home to me.
You're absolutely right. I had the pleasure of racing out there. I don't race against Leslie in the same class, but it's really a family. Very, very cool environment. Take us through a run at the Bonneville Salt Flats. At the Bonneville, you start at the 0 mile, build speed for 5 miles. Speed is measured from the 5 to the 6. There's an entry speed and exit speed that's averaged. Take us through that 5 mile pass. What it's like to make a pass down the Bonneville Salt Flats at 246 miles an hour.
Well, it's quite a handful. These bikes are definitely highly modified bikes. My machines for Bonneville they don't really relate to machines in other racing aspects. I can't really take all that technology and advice from, say, drag racing or road racing. Although I use some things from each discipline to try to make some good decisions in building a bike for Bonneville. But I think when I first started racing, I thought, oh, Bonneville, it shouldn't be that difficult. You know, you just go out there, you hold it wide open. You know, my first time out there, I thought it'd be pretty easy. Wow, definitely not. The salt is very, very humbling. It's the surface is extremely slick. The bike moves around quite a bit. During that 5 mile run up, I'm doing my best to keep traction at its peak, try to keep the wheel spin down so I'm not all over the place, and get it up to full speed out in 6th gear before I enter the measured mile. And one of the biggest tests of equipment and of rider, but definitely a big test of equipment, because it's you know, you're screaming down the salt for 5 miles and then you're at wide open for another mile. And it's a difficult thing, because quite often it breaks loose, it's moving around. If there's a crosswind, it can get really, really ugly at those speeds. Quite often I can end up way, way off the course. So there's so much to consider, Mother Nature, and things like how the bike's running, how everything's set up. if I qualify for my record that first run within 2 hours, I get to go back the other direction and do it again. And that the average of both of those runs is what constitutes a record. So it's definitely a big, big challenge.
The challenges are many indeed. We're coming up on the 2012 season now. I'm sure you and your crew are working on the bike. Tell us a little bit about your motorcycle and some of your sponsors, and what are your goals for this year? What do you have a level you're shooting for, or is it just go faster?
Well, it's definitely go faster. That's one of the things, is it's so hard for me to say. Some people ask, okay, where are you going to stop? You know, when is fast enough? Well, I have no idea, because at first I thought, I just want to get out there and go over 200. Now it's just not enough. You know, I've been close to 250 now, and I'm still ready for more. So I don't know what's enough. I do want to be faster. I'd love to be the fastest person in the world, and you know, I'm close to that. So I'm going to continue on. I've been very fortunate to have some great sponsors, and Foremost Insurance and Sir Speedy Printing and Marketing and Uclear. Some excellent sponsors that have helped me out, and of course my Hondas are wonderful. I've got the Honda production bike, and I have a Honda turbocharged Honda CBR 1000 that's highly, highly modified, and we continue, me and my crew continue to develop it, get the best possible aerodynamics, try to get as much horsepower out of this package as possible, get the right suspension from Olin Suspension, and so far we've got a great setup, and it continues to be faster every year, and hopefully we'll have a really good package, and this year it'll be even faster, and next year it'll be even better too. So.
Outstanding. Well, listen, we'll go ahead and wrap it up so you can get on with your press conference. Leslie will be here tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. We'll be doing some on-stage interviews. There'll be some question and answers, so by all means, if you folks out that are seeing this, please come down to the show this weekend and sit in on. We've got some other VIPs coming in, and come on down and see all the new models and all the makes here at the Progressive International Motorcycle Show. It's going to be a great show. Come down and see Leslie, get an autograph. Look forward to seeing you.